you so much, folks. It's an absolute pleasure to be here bringing this album to you. And as we said, we want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to play the album and just talk about it and talk about these songs that mean a lot to us, because this is our first originals album together. It's and we thought we'd like to do this something that's pretty, I guess, is pretty unique, to be able to just talk about these songs and to answer questions about the songs and just tell you a wee bit about why we've written the subjects that we've written about. And that the first song obviously is the song Belfast there. And when Neil and myself we're just sort of talking about this album, and in the early days, the subject matter of Belfast, the city, came up. And we felt, that it's a city that at home that we feel has been misrepresented in songwriting. There's a lot of songs about Dublin, there's a lot of songs about, Cork and Galway and many of the other cities in Ireland and further afield. But we feel that Belfast hasn't been represented that way. So when we thought, it's a city we both have a lot of connection to. It's a city that we've spent a lot of time in, and it's a city that's got a great history. When we think back, it was a big industrial city back in the day. One of the biggest industries there, of course, was shipbuilding, and it's been synonymous with shipbuilding. Probably one of the most famous ships of all time was built there, the Titanic. You can see it on the screen there now, I think. And there's obviously a tragic story associated with the Titanic and it's sinking. But the fact that the biggest ship at that time in the history of the world was built in this wee port in Ireland, in this small country, was something, but it represented what Belfast has been and the hard-working nature of Belfast as a city. And that's something that we wanted to build on, I guess, ourselves, and build on with regards to song. But as I say, we both had connections. Neil was telling me about his connection with the city itself.
Yeah, quite a few years ago, actually. The first, I think I was in a school band, like from the age of 12, and then when I was 15, I joined a band. It was my first working band, and we used to tour all over Ireland. And the guys in the band, I was kind of like the babby of the band at the time. They were a lot older than me, and what I loved that I kind of felt, I've made it. Like, I'm touring around Ireland playing now. We weren't playing in arenas or anything like that. We were playing in pubs and clubs all the time, but it was a great experience. But one of our main places was up in Belfast to go up, and we'd go up at least once a month. And one thing that always brings back memories is that the vibe in the city was fantastic. It was really, really great, really positive. And every time we just look forward to playing there every time we used to go up every month. And I suppose even back then, there still had an undercurrent of violence and troubles back then, but besides that, and since then, it has really, really risen from that and come out of it. But I have really, really fond, positive memories of Belfast.
Yeah, I think it'd be remiss not to when you think about Belfast, and we were writing a song about Belfast, obviously, I'm sure a lot of you are very aware of the troubled times in Belfast, and it's checkered past in that regard, from the late 1960s through to the mid to late 1990s, where there was a lot of bloodshed, a lot of trouble within the city. And I think it's been, the city's name has been tarnished with that. I know from the late 90s and early 2000s I went to university in Belfast and lived there for 4 or 5 years. And like Neil says, it was still this vibrant city, coming out of a very difficult time. And that was something I think that we wanted to get across in this song as well. The fact that this city has risen from its tough times, and now when you look at the city, it's this vibrant, cosmopolitan city, and the very first line in the song we talk about is, out from the darkness, back to the light, I see. And I guess that for us that represents what Belfast is now, and what Belfast has become. And so we thought about writing this song, yes, as a tribute to a city, but also without talking directly about the city. We're talking about, you know, as you in person as well, out from the darkness back, as we all have maybe done. We've had some troubled times maybe, and we've risen above it. And to us, that's what Belfast represents. So we felt it was important, and do you know, one of the nicest things about it is that since the album's been released, a lot of people from home have contacted us and said, you know, we love the fact that you've written a song about the city, and it's a positive song. It's a song that's uplifting. So we're happy to have Belfast on the album, and we're happy that we got to play it for you tonight. So that was Belfast. Do you know, there's varying subject matters within the album, of course, and that's something we thought was very important. But I guess when we think of the song "Come Away," it brings us back to we had this melody that we had sort of been playing around with for a while, and the two of us thought about it, and we had this like a verse and a chorus. And we said that this melody, what does it suggest to you? And we were sort of firing ideas back and forth with each other. And we thought, yeah, I think this is a love song, but with a darker edge to it. There's something that within the song, that there's a story there behind it that's much more than just we're in love, as many a love song is, you know. There was a darker side to it that we could feel through the music.
Yeah, I think it started with a chord progression that was kind of, for both of us, we felt, you know, what is this song about? What are we going to lead into here, you know? And it really pulled at the heartstrings, the sound of the music, and that's what led us to the title.
So we thought that "Come Away," we thought just writing it we thought of this guy who's looking back on his life and thinking, I had this one girl who was the one person that I should have had. And do you know, as the line says there in the song, you know, for we'd had romance, but I lost my chance when I fell to the snares of this life. And this is the idea we thought about, is this guy he let the outer circles eat inside, and that's what you know, ruined this thing that could have been so good, and he now regrets it. The song is about regret, and the first few verses, it almost feels like he's appealing to the girl to come back, give me one more chance. But as the song goes forward, you realise that he knows that, look, she's never going to hear this, she's never going to listen to what he said anymore, it's gone, she's got someone else. But she'll always be there in his dreams. She'll always be his girl. Come away and spend another night with me, one last time. Now you'll be no more. For I pray he'll love you like I know I could. Take me back like you've done before. For we'd had romance, but I lost my chance when I fell to the snares of this life. So come away before I have to let you go. You're my girl, be my wife. My regrets, far too long to list for you. I've been reckless, left on the floor. But for all the money and the friends that I've lost, losing you kills me more. For if I had I'd stay, then this life I would trade for the one where you're there by my side. So come away and prove redemption can be found. Take my hand, be my bride. Come away. But I know these words will never reach your ears as I sit, drink on my own. For your breast in your hand in another man's arms, and I'll spend my nights alone. But I grew each day how I pushed you away. Now you're gone, removed from my world. So come away, spend another night in my dreams. We will always be my girl. Yes, I rue each day how I pushed you away. Now you're gone, removed from my world. So come away, spend another night in my dreams. You'll always be my girl.
Do you know, we also thought about oh, thank you very much. Yeah, as you can see in the picture there, we thought about a time when we were certainly much cuter and more adorable. And yeah, just I mean, it's a general pop quiz to think who these three young kids are. Top left there, that was me when I was wearing my hat and playing the mandolin. Apparently, I've since stitched the hat and the mandolin, thank God. But I still wear the knee-length socks underneath my trousers. You just have to believe me.
Are they the ones you wear with the kilts?
At least they stayed up.
They've just gone a bit grey over the years.
Back then my legs were a bit more tree trunk-like and I could hold my socks up. Below me is Neil, yeah, and with his red guitar.
Rocking it out there, yeah.
And of course on the right of us is Peter with his fiddle, of course, yeah. Back in his long hair days.
She hasn't changed very much, has she, Nicole Hudson?
No, of course it's Nicole Hudson. And Nicole will be out with us on our summer tour, of course. But we were. Do you know? That sort of slide represents a time we were thinking about. We were just talking about it one day. And we thought, do you know the way when adult life hits you, unfortunately, and stresses and the pressures of adult life. And you think about, do you remember when things used to be so simple and nothing was a problem and everything was just a joy, and that's when you were a kid and you were the ages we are there, or it was just this whole idea of freedom and just a release of that. It's not a place that you always want to go when things are tough. You go, God, just to be there, And one thing we thought about, I think it's lovely the fact that it's unique no matter where you're from or what nationality or colour or race you are.
everyone has their garden, their place where they feel safe and they feel at home. And it's something we wanted to write about.
Yeah, we talked a lot, I suppose, over the years. We've spent a lot of time in a van, you know, looking for subjects to talk about, you know. Even playing with some live shows in vans at 70 miles an hour on the motorway. 55, I mean,
Yeah.
55.
With seatbelts that you just couldn't see.
But you know what, we talk a lot about our childhood and compare stories and all that type of thing, you know, but even looking at those pictures there, it really brings me back to a time. I came from a small little neighbourhood of 30 bungalows, and I always feel very, very lucky to have come from there, because we were very, very tight-knit. Everybody knew each other. That's the way it was, you know. It's kind of changed over the years, I think, now. And as I was saying to some of the guys earlier on, I remember a time when, not in every door, but in a lot of the doors around the park, there was the key. The keys were in the door. And neighbours would just walk in. They'd walk in and they'd call your name, like, Mary, or Joan, or whoever it was. But they, you know, my mum would walk into Mary's house down the road, or, you know, it was a little circle, so it was kind of just, you know, woven, if you know what I mean. But I thought it was a great time, because it really puts a smile on my face when I think back on it, you know, and about us playing football in the park till late at night, especially in the summers, you know. And we'd be called in by our mum and dad, you know, and you'd run in, you just ask, please, can I have an extra 10 minutes? We're losing 2-1. We have to get another goal, we have to, you know.
10 minutes are crucial.
That's it, yeah. And we have to talk about things we get up to, you know, the things of the mischief we used to get up to in the park and all that type of thing, you know, and it really is a song that kind of reflects that type of thing. And somebody asked about writing songs quicker, or which were the slower ones. This was written very, very quickly, actually. It was it just had a real flow on it. It was kind of just this emotion that just went through it, and a reflectiveness of that time growing up, you know. And so we know that you know the chorus very well, and we know you can sing it too. So we're going to rely on you, okay? This is crowd participation here this time, okay?
I think what we want to do is get everybody just to for the next few minutes is just think of yourself back in your garden, wherever it is. And it doesn't have to be a garden as such. Garden for us just represents that safe place, whether it's out in the country, whether it's in the city, wherever it was, but it was somewhere that you just felt, nobody, I'm unstoppable, nobody can beat me here.
Right.
The tide will never come in and drown me. And everything will be fine.
The only person that could have saved you was the cameraman.
Those are the days well before selfies. There's just like selfies. Somebody had a
Well,
camera.
that was some selfie stick. Must have been with your foot or something. I don't know. This is the garden. Let's hear you sing it. Come on.
Let's get the garden, everyone.
Once upon a long time ago, remember how we used to dream. In the garden we played. We were young and we were free to take a chance on what it was to be a child of this world. A boy
In the garden we cry, in the garden we roll, till the last of the night. In the garden of peace, in the garden of life, of innocence and dreams, hello and goodbye. Faces change within their eyes, I can see the ghosts of the past, like a window through time. A window to the garden. Hiding in the shadows, we will run until the day was done. Laughing as we dance between the raindrops, we're the only ones. When we were young, when we were young. This is your turn, come on. Let's hear it. When we were young. Oh yeah. Again. When we were young. Beautiful. When we were Once upon a long time ago, I remember how we would dream.
The singing's fantastic.
Yeah. Harmonies and all going on around the room. Fantastic. It's beautiful.
Surprise, or we haven't really kept it much of a secret that we are fans of our own country. We do like it. Sorry, for anyone who doesn't know, that's very remiss of me. We're from Ireland. Yeah. I know it's hard to tell with these bronzed faces and American accents that we have, but we actually are from Ireland. But you know, we were so when we were writing this album, Neil and myself, we thought, you know, we'd love to write a song about our country, but we wanted to write a song that I guess, you know, dealt with positive things and the difficult times with Ireland as well. And I think it would be remiss not to, you know, write a song about the modern history of Ireland without thinking about the Irish famine and the decimation that caused on our country. And it's something that when we were talking about it, we were thinking about this subject, we thought, you know, well, let's do some research on this and just to get some numbers, you know, because we sort of learned about this thing in school as you do, but you know, when you're a kid in school, it sort of goes in one ear and out the other because you're thinking of other stuff, you know.
Tell the truth, it's just because we haven't been to school in a long time. I hate to admit it, like, you know.
It's true, yeah. It's true, yeah. It's we can't hide the fact that we're in our mid to late 20s. It is hard. It is hard to believe. Yeah.
Not shaving is just a disguise, you know.
But you know, yeah. So like we did do, you know, we did look into some of the statistics and stuff around the Irish famine, and some of the numbers were shocking.
I know, yeah. We discovered, like, you know, I mean, there's 4.5 or so million living in Ireland at the moment,
And back in 1841, there was 8.2 million. Within 10 years, there was 2 million, nearly 2 million less, just from people emigrating, forced to emigrate, and from starvation too. So like, the statistics are just shocking.
Yeah.
They really are.
It is to think that you know a country can be decimated in that regard, and people just couldn't see a way out, and so the only way out they thought that could be possible was to get on a ship and leave if they didn't die there. And so there were these ships that were left the west coast of Ireland and went here, came to America, came to Canada, and these things were called coffin ships, and I think that just sort of tells its own story of what these ships were. A lot of people didn't get on the ship on the west coast of Ireland in desperation and never made it, of course, to the other side. They died. The ships were full of disease, ridden with just starvation. And you know, when you think of it, like, we were just again, there was like, I think in those 5-year period there was nearly 3,000 ships left Ireland and docked in the USA and Canada. And like, when you think about that, 300 people a day left Ireland and arrived in New York. So that sort of would give you an idea of what the population shift moved from Ireland. And I guess when we thought about it too, that's why there's so much, you know, why the Irish community has touched, I guess, so far, reaching around this country as well, because of all these people who have come over in that time. We thought about the idea of someone standing on the western coast of Ireland, looking out at these ships going, looking at your family and friends leaving and going, you're never going to see these people again. Regardless if they make it to the other side or not, they're never going to be back. You know, there's no emails, there's no Skype calls, they're just gone. And so that was something that was very chilling to us. We thought, God, that's the way it was. But on the basis of that, Ireland was built to become a better, a bigger country, a stronger community, I guess, across the world. And we wanted to write something about that, about the community of Ireland, about the community of this land of 1,000 dreams that we talked about. We thought about this idea of land of 1,000 dreams. 1,000 dreams, people who had left, or people's relatives were relatives of people who had left years ago, were now in another country, dreaming of what their homeland was. And people at home dreaming of these people who had left. And so that encapsulated into this pride of this country, this land of 1,000 dreams. Walk with me through this land of 1,000 dreams. Take my hand and stand where our fathers knelt and watch Atlantic swell and heave on its western shore. They pray to God for those they'd lost and prayed she'd take no more. These are the shores they had to leave. These are the seas that haunt their dreams. Standing tall, we fight like we fought before. What's gone is gone. Now we'll take no more. We'll rise for outside us here. This land is ours, nevermore. Well, children live in fear. These are the shores they had to leave. These are the seas that haunt their dreams. But this is the land that still believes. So walk with me through this land of 1,000 dreams. Down these roads, place where our hearts still beat strong to the thoughts and the memories that take me home, back to my native ground, where I'll rest my head, there where I know I still belong. These are the shores we have to leave. These are the seas that haunt our dreams. This is the land that still believes. Love for this land, oh, the blood still runs deep in me. Take me away, but that pride I will keep in me. Long I have gone, but my home is still calls to me. Land I was born and the place I long to be. These are the shores we had to leave. These are the seas that haunt our dreams. But this is the land that still believes. To the land that I call home.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank
Alright guys, we're going to keep it moving.
you. Yeah.
This next song is a song that we wrote about exactly what we're doing right now. It's trying to keep a machine. We're going to dance. I don't think you like to see us dancing.
You don't want to see us dance. We think about, we're talking about journeys made across the Atlantic. Scary journeys. There was two young-ish lads back in 2012 hired a car out in New York City and started on this journey as this acoustic shows around the east coast of America and moved on from there.
First time driving in the States.
Yeah.
So it was the wrong side of the car and the wrong side of the road. In New York City.
Yeah.
Of all places.
At least we chose somewhere quiet, to start out. But it's we survived, thank God, somehow, and it's gone on from there. And we just thought we spend so much time touring now. It'd be great just to write a song about this, the idea of being on the road, touring these places we've been, some of the stories that we can't really talk about.
Well, we can.
But a lot of lines within the song have got stories attached to them. We just had to keep it just a line and let you fill in the blanks for some of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have another question?
Question and answer session is done. That's it. No more. But look, we've had a ball. touring and we're still on the road, and this is why we keep coming back and wanting to be on the road again. And so we thought we'd write a song about that, about how it's all about just keeping it moving and keeping.
That's what happens when you're on the road and there's hundreds of miles ahead of you, and the only thing you can find is a truck stop, and you have to get your hair cut.
That's the same place you left your phone?
No.
He just left his dignity there.
But that's exactly how it felt when I left my phone. Yeah. Three scary looking dudes.
But we have a job here in this song.
We do. We developed this song. We really wanted this song to be credit to participation, because you guys have been part of the whole journey with us. And it's basically a clap pattern, and you do it when we do it, because sometimes within the song the time signature changes and it goes out of sync. So what we do is, after every chorus we do this clap pattern, right? So we'll do it for you now, and we'll do it from the top and get a little bit going, bit of a vibe here going. We'll start off with the bass drum, okay? Alright, and it goes. Once more, fun. Staring at the sun, early morning, moving on. Another town behind, and the road is long.
Living on the screen, city lights that got me in between. Drifting to the sound, no need no. Go from California, Colorado, Memphis to Spokane, Boston, Nova Scotia, New York City to Saskatchewan.
Living in a dream, dancing highway down in New Orleans. Sydney by the key,
In the violin, thankfully with the pole, Portland, Church, Virginia, Romeo, sitting at the sea, on a rolling boat. Go from California, Colorado, Memphis to Spokane, Boston, Nova Scotia, New York City to Saskatchewan. Moving on.
keep on moving on, keep moving on.
Moving on down.
Keep on moving on, keep moving on.
Moving on now.
Let you sing it, come on.
Keep moving on, keep moving on. Moving on now. Keep moving on, keep moving on. Back in Baltimore, lost a night laid on the Vegas floor. Stuck out on a pier, no one was near.
Feel the Brisbane sun, singing Nashville to the morning come. Hanging with some friends,
To the bitter end.
go from California, Colorado, Memphis to Spokane.
Boston, Nova Scotia, New York City to Saskatchewan. Well, from California, Colorado, Memphis to Spokane.
you were saying earlier, it took us a while to get that pattern right. You've got it. Fair play to his great.
He used to tell the New Orleans story. He was smiling through the whole.
The New Orleans story? I don't know this one. What is it? What did you do? Yeah.
That's for our autobiographies that's coming out soon. We don't have to tour anymore. You gotta get Atlanta to rhyme with Saskatchewan.
Good answer. We were trying to cover the extremes, you know, Perth to California, and you know what I mean? Well, guys, back in 1953, John Byrne passed away at the age of 40. He was my granddad, and just from older relatives, I used to ask about him, and found out that he was a very fun-loving, kind man. I used to ask my dad sometimes, but as you can see by this photograph there, that's my dad sitting on his knee. That's the year he died, actually. My dad was only 3. And my dad used to say to me, he says, you know, when he asked his mum about his dad, his mum, even 20, 30 years later, she'd get very upset.
Oh.
So he kind of wouldn't go there, you know, that way. And, but I often think of my granddad grew up in the Wicklow Mountains, and he had him and his dad, my great-grandfather, had a granite quarry, and they used to put all the granite walls up and all that type of thing up the Wicklow Mountains, and they were responsible for a lot of the pine forests, the plantations of the pine forests up there as well. So I love driving up that way, and it's actually like part of the Wicklow Mountains there where the cover of the album is Echoes was up that way as well. But I often think of my nanny was from Bray in County Wicklow, where I grew up on the seaside shore, and I always think of my granddad as the boy from the hill, and my grandma was the girl from the shore. And only if we fast forward nearly 65 years, it's a couple of years ago, my dad. There's an old where my dad grew up was the house where I grew up as well. And that house is slightly over 70 years old now, and out the back garden there's an old shed, and it's the very same as the house there, the same length as well. And I even remember from a kid just going into that old shed, and there was an old bicycle wheel, and it was off the bicycle that my granddad used to cycle down from the mountains down to Bray. And beside that wheel was an old tweed coat, and it's still here, it's still hanging there today, you know. But even as kids, we never touched it, you know. It wasn't like we were told, don't go near that coat. We just didn't touch it. We never went near it, you know. And my dad was the same. It was just hanging there, and I suppose it's a mark of respect, you know. And I knew it was very sentimental to my dad too. But a couple of years ago, my dad was in the shed just by himself, and he was looking at the coat, and he just decided, for whatever reason, just to open the coat out like that, which was never touched. And there's a breast pocket on the inside, and there's a tiny little bit of paper just sticking out at the top of it. And of course, I'm sure after nearly 65 years, he was very intrigued to see what was on this paper, you know. Obviously, he didn't know his dad, and here was a part of his dad that he could maybe see what was on this. So he took the paper out and he opened it up, and it was a love letter written from my granddad to my grandmother. The bitter sweet thing about it is she never got it, she never received it, because, you know, when someone passes, you go after a while, go through the clothes, but my grandmother obviously wanted to hang the jacket up there beside his tools, beside the old wheel, and just leave it there, you know. But it was just it's a very sentimental thing, and it's still in the coat today, hanging up in the shed, you know. And I remember I told Ryan about this, and he couldn't believe it. Going, no, it's a.
As you have just heard the story tonight for the first time, and it hits you when you hear the story, and it's just this true romantic story, and you know, as Neil says, a bittersweet story. We thought we just said, God, this would be a beautiful subject for a song, because these are two real people, and this is a real story, and there's nothing I think nicer than songs where it's actual people, it's actual real stories about real people. But we were mindful too, you know, and the one thing Neil and myself discussed, and I said to Neil from the start, I said, look, think about this, we could write this song, but we've got to be respectful of your family, we've got to be respectful of you know, when we write this song, we've got to go to your family and say, look, we don't want to take away from any memory at all that this conjures up, and we want your blessing before this song goes anywhere. And so yeah,
we did. You know, I talked to my dad about it, and my aunt Mary, that's my Aunt Mary beside my dad in that photograph there, and played them the song, the recording of the song, and they really loved the song, and they were very, very happy about us playing it and putting it on the album, you know. And yeah, so we're gonna sing it for you right now, if that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is called.
Both of you and your families, we love you. Thank you kindly.
Yes,
We love you too. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is called The Old Tweed Coat. He had a warmth in his eyes, she had a song in her heart. The most indelible kind, right from the start. Two worlds would collide, hearts would beat like a drum. In that old tweed coat was love, only love, only love, only love. He'd come from miles and miles, over mountains he'd ride. Their lives had been one, but now they're apart. But the words in their coat next to his heart, they spoke of his love which still remained. For that old sweet coat contained only love, only love, only love, only
Thank you. One of the suburbs of Dublin called the Liberties, and it's always been sort of synonymous with I guess a lot of characters and a lot of people have. I suppose there's been loads of stories about this one place, and it's been one of the sort of it's a rough. One of the rougher areas, I guess, of Dublin over the years, but it's been full of character, full of stories. And one of the stories that we both had heard of, and one that intrigued us was these certain guys used to come around it started around the early 1900s, and sort of went on from there. They were called the Rag and Bone Men, or the Ragmen, as they were sort of called around Dublin. And what they were, these guys would come in on their horse and carts, sometimes just carts without horses that drag their own carts, but what they would do is they would come up to the houses and ask if you in your house had anything that you wanted to get rid of, that you weren't sort of keeping anymore, whether it be tin, copper, plates, whatever it might be. You would they'd take them off your hands, maybe give you a few pennies for them, and then they'd go around the corner and sell them to your neighbour and make a profit. I guess when we think about it, it's probably the
and
first...
your neighbour goes, I used to own that.
I guess these were the first sort of people who were into recycling before it became trendy and cool to be into recycling. So these guys were well ahead of their time, I suppose. But the whole idea sort of intrigued us because of this idea of these guys who weren't from around the area but came in for one day every 2 weeks, every month, and selling their wares, and then they were gone again. And it just was something that sort of feels sort of really struck a chord.
The first time I heard about the ragman, or the rag and bone man, was actually first started when I used to play football in the park with the guys, and when it was raining really heavily. I told a story before that we used to run out, and because the field would fill up with water, and we used to run out and we used to play football in the field in the water, and we'd come back and just completely drenched with water, and I remember walking into the kitchen and my mum and my aunt there, and it's going back a long time, and saying, "Oh, look at him! Here he comes, the rag man." Because I looked like I was wearing rags, just full of muck and all, But that aunt was my mother's aunt, and she's from where my mum grew up in Dunleary in County Dublin, and it's the picture that's on the screen right now is actually very, very like the street, Desmond Avenue, where my mum grew up, had the cobblestone and the old terrace houses. And my aunt Donna used to say, you'd always hear the ragman before you seen him, because he'd have the cart, and on the cobblestones you'd hear the cart coming up the road from miles back, and some would have the horses, and the not so lucky ones would be pulling the the cart themselves, you know. But yeah, they say, I remember my aunt Dawn. She was born in 1912, so she had some stories, you know. Definitely had some stories, and she knew a few ragmen, you know. And she says there was a lot of characters, a heck of a lot of characters, you know.
So we thought about this then. We thought, like, well, let's develop this character. We'll think of this ragman, and of course, this whole thing, the whole story grew legs, as these generally do when you're writing these songs. And this guy was like, he became this sort of mystical character who would come in, you know, with this horse and cart, and the children would run to greet him like it's a circus, like a circus come to town, and you know the women would be sort of enamoured by him, and there was one local girl who fell for him, and he fell for her, and everything was going great, and then of course, as these stories often go, he just left, and he was gone and left her, and tragic story that she's left there. But she always still doesn't regret anything about it because she fell in love with this man who was the ragman. And so this is what the character developed into this guy who we almost believe we know now as this ragman.
I'm just wondering who the other guy is pushing at the back there. Well, at least they have 4 legs there between them, you know.
It's true, yeah.
He's a lucky one. He's got a friend helping him.
He does, he's a good friend, I can tell you. A very good friend.
Yeah. But this is a song just about the ragman, not about his friend. Around the liberties, sex on women's shoulders, sticking handholds in both knees. Children run and meet him like a circus passing by. Mothers stand and greet him, hoping they can catch his eye. She can't tell what it was to make her want to give her heart. She knew her future stood right there with a man with a horse and cart. Her family would disown her, she left them on her own. Here comes, here comes, here comes, here comes, here comes. Man with a wagon. He said he joined the Navy at the age of 17. Nowhere on his planet that man has never been. He's had his way with the women from all corners of the land. Now he chose this Dublin girl by offering his hand. She gave up everything she had to follow him around, filling bags and selling rags to try and make a pound. She'd always hope for better, her future wasn't known. Here comes, here comes, here comes. She never thought he'd ever leave. Here comes, here comes, here comes, here comes. A man with a wagon. Now she's left alone again to build a life once more. She prays his secret dreams of her upon a distant shore. He did her wrong, but in her heart the fire it still burns. And life will never be the same until the road returns. The child that grows inside will never hold his father's hand. Left without a warning, she'll never understand. Looking back at what he did, even if she'd known, she wouldn't change one thing. But a man with a ragged bone. He was
Kind of let the hair down with that one.
Do you know, we've been lucky over the last sort of 8-9 years to travel quite a lot around this country, quite a lot around Canada and Australia as well. And we've met a lot of Irish people, a lot of people from home who have emigrated or are living, you know, in these places. And you know, it's great to talk to them and just to hear their stories and hear how they've ended up being, you know, moving away from home. And it got Neil and myself talking and thinking about that, and that, you know, we've heard a lot of songs before about people who have, you know, left home, and specifically, I guess, Irish songs about people who have left and are pining for home and want to get back and you know, maybe can't afford to go home, and it's that whole thing of people from home, or everybody from home is dying to get them back, and this sort of thing. But there's a reverse side of that that we've experienced as well, and it's the idea of people who, yeah, of course they miss home and they miss their families at home, but they've built a life for themselves in these other places as well, whether it be the US or whether it be Canada or Australia or further afield. And so we thought it'd be interesting to write a song about these people who now love being away from home. I love the fact that they've built a life for themselves there. It's a song about positive immigration as opposed to negative immigration that a lot of songs have been about. Not sure what happened there. Should probably get worried. But so you know, we thought about that. We thought, you know, when you think about the Irish, we're sort of, I guess, one of the few countries that this wee small country can pick a day in the middle of the year, March the 17th, and
We wake our way around the cities and dye the rivers green, and anywhere we can find.
Yeah, we go and find where your president lives and put green dye in his fountain as well.
Even the Guinness becomes green, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. It's never good. And we've sort of travelled around and opened a lot of Irish bars across the world.
And closed them too.
And closed them. That is true. But you know, we just thought about that. Thought, you know, there is a lot of people out there who still consider themselves Irish. Of course they do, but they now live and they have this home from home. And I think it struck a chord with us as well when we write this song, because we've obviously spent so much time over here over this past sort of 8 or 9 years that this has certainly become our home from home. It's a home that it's a place that we love, and you know, we wouldn't keep coming back if we didn't love it, and so we do keep coming back. So we want to sing you a song about that, about as we stand here now in our home from home.
Sitting in a lonely bar in an unfamiliar town, missing words of songs I heard but never wrote them down. Thinking of the folks at home, I promised I'd be back. Told them I know, I'm just here for the ride. Our people have been living out for centuries before, trying to find a better life for motherfucking and shore. Now it's us, a generation forced to do the same, building dreams with bricks and beams, explodes once again. Don't get me wrong, I wish that I could trust what I want to hear. happy not to be away.
Do that, but it's good. Oh, yeah. Strange thing, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know what it is.
We're hollering. Holler.
All right.
Right, okay.
Not as young as we used to be. Well, guys, this next song is a song that is written about a famous place, landmark in Ireland in County Wicklow. Two rivers, the Avonmore and the Avonbeg rivers, start up the top of the Wicklow Mountains and they make their way down from miles and miles apart to join up near the end at the Avoca River, to form the Avoca River. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place, and it's a place people go for, you know, it has a real peaceful tranquility to it, and it's just a gorgeous place to be around. I don't know why it is, but when people go there, for some reason, they speak very, very quietly. Really quietly. And I don't know what it is, it's just a subconscious thing. Because people just go there, I suppose, maybe just to think about things and just get away for a while. And it's, you know, it's like a friend of mine said to me before, you know, wherever you go, you're here, you're now. And basically what I meant by it is, you know, you're living for the moment. You know, we can worry a lot about the past. We can stress about the future, but there's no point in doing that too often because we're actually ruining the perfect moments that we have now, just like what we have here now. And we put that lyric in the song because it's a type of place that I went down to this place many a time with my mum and dad years ago. They bring us down to it, and you just stand there for quite a long time and you just enjoy it and you just take it in, and it's the sound of the water and the trees and everything around and where the waters meet. It's really, really It's really, really beautiful. And we thought, myself and Ryan talked about this place, and we said, you know, there's very much a metaphorical purpose to this, you know, not just two rivers meeting, you know, you can be talking about two people meeting, friendships, you know, love, like anything, you know, with two people. And we found it a very, very strong subject actually then for kind of a life subject, if you like, you know.
Yeah, it's that idea of that, you know, these two rivers starting out way distance apart and along, you know, and travel their own roads, their own journeys, and but then they come together as one and continue on this journey together. And we thought that's a lovely sentiment, and also the idea of people who go to the meeting of the waters, go down to this place, and they just stand on the bank and they just stare at the water and reflect on their lives and reflect on what's going on in their lives. And we incorporated that into the song, that whole idea of, you know, even the first line of the song, stood by the water reflecting on what I have seen. You know, twists in a lifetime with calm in between. And we thought that for us that represented both the river, what it is, and also your life as a metaphor of your life. You know, when you're standing reflecting your life, and there's been so many twists and turns in your life. Your life was meant to be this straight line, but nobody's life is that straight line, as we all know. And it takes these bends and twists along the way. Thank God there's calm in between every now and again, because without that we'd be in trouble. But you know, it's that whole idea. I mean, we thought this. So the song itself represents more than just a song about a beautiful place in Ireland. It's a song about all of us and about our thoughts and how we can reflect on our own meeting of the waters together, our own meeting of our thoughts together.
Stood by the water, reflecting on what I had seen, twisting a lifetime with calm in between. Valleys meander on a journey downstream. Poets and lovers, children and brothers will dream.
so much.
We should stand up again.
Do you know when I guess, you know, general arithmetic, there is 10 songs on the album, Echoes, and if my maths is correct, we've sang 9, which would suggest that we've only one more song to sing.
Step it out! Step it out! Step it out!
But
Step it out!
we thought we'd leave this song to the end. It's the one song we didn't write on the album, but it's a song that, of course, has been part of our live set for the last few years. It's a song that has sort of become a big song in our shows, and a song that you seem to enjoy singing with us. So we thought we couldn't really have an album without having this song in the album.
I couldn't resist it, sorry, but yeah.
It's a song called Step It Out Mary.
You know, Mary. You know, as you seen like on the screen there, on the projector, Mary, throughout all the songs, we were able to, you know, document a lot of the songs with the photos, because it was songs very, very close to us and written about our past. This song is written about the past also, but we didn't have any photos because we didn't write the song. But there was light at the end of the tunnel. We said, wouldn't it be great to do like an illustration of Mary, you know? And
but we should explain the sort of story behind the song as well, for those who don't know the story. The fact that there's this girl called Mary, and her father wants her to marry somebody in the village who is, at least there's got these suitors in the village who are rich and will you know, show her a great life in the future. Mary she's got her own ideas. She wants to marry this other guy who mightn't be the richest, but she's somebody she's fallen for. And the father having none of this. He wants her to marry these guys, because then the whole empire will be great and things will be great again. So he's telling her, look, step it out, Mary, dance for these guys, and one of these guys will fancy you, and they'll ask you to marry them. And so that's where the song, sort of the idea of the song came from. So then we thought,
yeah, we thought we would maybe get an illustration of Mary and her father, you know, and put it up on the screen so you could see and get an idea, you know. So we commissioned two artists from back at home, these two guys that just came out of college. Right out of, you know.
yeah, it's maybe a bit abstract, you know. But
yeah.
So we'd love to just unveil it for you tonight here, just this what they came up with.
Roll it there, Roshan.
Yeah.
As you can see on the, I don't know if you're looking on the left or the right there, but Mary's the one with the long hair. The father is the one with the extended finger, and he has a pint of Smithwick's or something in his hand.
He has got a pint in his hand, yeah.
Sorry?
What's that on the front of her dress?
I believe that's a floral design.
Yeah, they're flowers. Yeah, it's kind of two upside down and two the right way around. Yeah. And she's, you know, he's saying, Mary, show your leg to the country man. Dance girl. You know, and that's what she's doing.
Yeah. So, you know, yeah, I mean, obviously that paints a fantastic picture of this song for you now. We could just talk about this picture for another while if you want, but maybe it's just better if we sing the song.
Are you ready for Step It Out Mary? Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter. Step it out, Mary, if you can. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter. Show your legs to the countryman. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter. Step it out, Mary, if you can. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter. Show your legs to the countryman. In the village of Killarney, there's a lady so young and fair. Her eyes they shine like diamonds. She's got long golden hair. A horseman he comes riding up toward Father's gate. On a pure white stallion, he comes and strikes the bait.
Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter. Step it out, Mary, if you can. have gold and I have silver, I have goods beyond compare. I will buy her silk and satin and a gold ring for her hand. She shall have a mansion, she'll have servants to command. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, step it out, Mary, if you can. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, step it out, Mary, if you can. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, show your legs to the country man. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, step it out, Mary, if you can. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, show your legs to the country man. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, step it out, Mary, if you can. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, show your legs to the country man. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, step it out, Mary, if you can. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, show your legs to the country man. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, step it out, Mary, if you can. Step it out, Mary, my fine daughter, show your legs to the country man.
Up there, Mary. Oh, God.
Well, that's an album, folks. That's Seconds. Thank you.
Available at all your good art centres.
Yeah, we're gonna come back. We're gonna go back and just display our art next time. It may not be as successful a night, I think. Well, look, folks. As I said, look, we have played all 10 songs. I mean, we just want to say, first of all, when we put this crazy idea together of going out on tour and playing a whole album, we wanted to. We just thought, look, we're going to give it a go, and we thank you for letting us do that, letting us play these songs, letting us tell these stories. It's been an absolute pleasure to do it. You know, we sort of, you know, we're very proud of the album. We've had so many amazing nights before here in Atlanta. You know, we think back to, I think we were talking earlier to someone who said, yeah, Mac McGee's, when we played in Mac McGee's back in Decatur, back quite a few years ago, and then we've had some great nights in the Hard Rock. And here, tonight, this is going to be great here. And this Red Light Cafe, which is a beautiful venue, and we're really happy to play here. But we thought, you know, we can't leave you with just the album. We want to give you something, a wee bit of a bonus as well. So we thought we'd put together a bit of a medley of some of our favourite songs that we've sang over the years. Hopefully some of the songs that you've loved as well.
That's the, yes, I think it is. That's the picture when we got lost and when we hired the car that time. It says, I don't know why we were wearing our microphones, but Ryan's trying to look down the road to see where exactly we went wrong, and I'm just completely lost and upset.
So much better looking.
Those were tough times. But we, so we put together songs of our own songs from our past albums. We've also maybe squeezed in a song from a group that you see on PBS every now and again.
The ones that wear the skirts, the grey skirts.
With the hairy legs. Yeah. That's not Celtic Woman. That's how you know the difference. They wear the nice skirts with the nice legs. But yeah. So we want you to sing along with these. There's going to be quite a few songs in here for you to share with us. And sing along.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
Traveling in a light of Monday, baby trailed from the zombies. And a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. And she said, you come from the land down there. Women go and thunder. Get you hear the thunder. Then I take her. sandwich. They said you can come from London. Women love and never love. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. In darkness we do what we can. In daylight we're oblivion. Our hearts so raw and clear. I'm turning away from you. On the water we have walked like a fearless child. Once some vessel we've unlocked, looking in wonders why.
And in search of confirmation, we have jumped into the fire and scrambled with our burning feet through uncontrolled desire.
In darkness we do what we can. In daylight we're
Thanks, everybody. It's been fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, folks, we're going to leave you with one more song. We want to say, first of all, we just want to say a few thank yous. We want to, first of all, thank everybody here at the Red Light Cafe. It's been a fantastic place to play. We played a gig this afternoon, and we're back tonight. It's been fantastic. Everyone's been lovely to us. A special thanks to Paul, who has been great on sound all night. And,
Hey, Paul. Top drawer.
Thank you. Do you know? Yeah, we this album just isn't about Byrne and Kelly and Echoes. It isn't just about Byrne and Kelly. We had two people who helped out an awful lot in the album too, and co-wrote some of our songs in the album, a few of the songs in the album as well. Nicole Hudson, who isn't here tonight, but will be with us in the summer. So thanks to Nicole. And there's a man who was there from the very beginning and has helped us out on quite a few of the songs, and has helped us out massively tonight, as you've heard all night. Of course, I've tried to hide him as much as I can.
You can throw any instrument at this man, and he doesn't mind.
And it doesn't mark.
It doesn't matter. This guy's multi-talented, he really is.
Peter Sheridan!
We're blessed to have him.
And of course, this whole Byrne and Kelly thing would not be able to keep moving as we do without the amazing Angie Halloran, of course, who makes it all happen.
There she is. She's going to get up and sing a song right now. It's a song she wrote herself.
Step it out, Angie, right?
Step it out, Angie.
Look, folks, last of all, we want to say thank you so much to all of you. One, for your support of us up until this point, for the support of the album. When we put the album out, we didn't know what was going to happen with it, and the support has been amazing. Thank you. You brought it to the top of the charts and stuff, and we want to say thank you so much. It means so much to us because these are our own songs, and we worked hard on this album, and it feels really good when we get the positive response back. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate that. Thank you.
You keep us coming back all the time. It's fantastic. It's great. We love it, and thank you very much for that.
And thank you for tonight, for singing along tonight and having a crack with us tonight. It's been a pleasure. I can't say it, look, we'll be back soon. We started out with a song called Belfast. We're going to finish with a song written by a guy from Belfast, The Perfect Circle. So sing along with this one. Until we see you again, thank you so much.
Keep it tense. soon. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night and God bless. See you soon.
Thank you so much.